Hi everyone, welcome to our Ecosystem Innovation video series. Today we're going to be talking to my friends from Accenture. And what we're going to talk about is transformation. Sourcing and procurement transformation requires many different layers within a business. Understanding the landscape under the people, process and technology can sometimes be a complex conversation, whilst ensuring that the value to the business is clearly identified. It's never simple, no matter what anybody says, right? But how does innovation fit into all of this? Today, I have Pablo Jorge Fuentes, who is the Accenture lead for SAP procurement across EMEA. And we're going to ask him to outline the Accenture approach. And that approach is called MyConcerto. So what is MyConcerto? Well, let me ask Pablo to explain. Pablo, welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Mo. Really pleased to be here with you today. So let me explain what is MyConcerto in general. No? So MyConcerto is basically an end-to-end digital platform where in Accenture we have added all our assets, accelerators, best practices, and methodologies to help the companies on the end-to-end business and IT transformation. And the journey starts from the strategy, the vision, all over the way to business improvement, but also realizing that into the company. So one important element that I want to highlight is that MyConcerto has two main dimensions. One is the technology dimension. So we have a MyConcerto for SAP. And the second one is the business dimension. So we have a MyConcerto for industries, but also per function. What does it mean? It means that a company for a particular industry wants to do a business transformation or IT transformation, let's say for life science or consumer goods, we have a MyConcerto version based on SAP to help on the end-to-end journey. But if a company is just interested in doing a supply chain transformation, sourcing and procurement transformation, finance transformation based on SAP, we have a MyConcerto for that particular function. So you should see MyConcerto as a kind of insurance that we bring with us to our clients, which helps to navigate complexities, increase quality, reduce risks, and at the end, help to optimize the time to value for our clients, which we know is very important for them.
Right, okay, that makes a lot of sense. One of the things that when I look at a program like this, I always wonder, well, how does that fit into sourcing and procurement?
Right. So as I mentioned, we have a MyConcerto for sourcing and procurement based on SAP. And there, what we have defined is the journey to become an intelligent sourcing and procurement organization. Also, how companies can move from where they are to become a top on their market, on the sourcing and procurement space. And for that, we define three main phases or stages, however you want to call it. We've defined the foundational, the extended, and the intelligent. So I will start with the first one. What's foundational? Foundational is basically helping companies to harmonize, standardize their processes on the complete source-to-pay cycle, on the supplier management activities, sourcing activities, contracting activities, procure-to-pay activities, and so already generate synergies and optimize the business process. And that typically based on SAP products, so Ariba, Fieldglass, S4 procurement, etc. Also, this is about the foundational. Generate value by standardizing and adopting SAP best practices.
So it's looking at the core processes, putting in the right foundation so that you have a stable base to build from, right? And that everything within procurement is kind of an interconnected target operating model, for example.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we think that if you want to generate the value, you need to standardize and adopt standard process and best practice. Now, if we move to the next phase, we call it extended, and this is about integrating the sourcing and procurement function with the different partners. Could be external partners or could be internal partners. So external partners is the vendors, right? So how do we integrate the orders, the receptions, the invoices with the vendors? We do it through Ariba network, and we have defined methodology to do that in a very efficient way. But when we talk about manufacturing companies, where they have planning activities involved, you need more than just integrating the orders, the receptions, the ASNs, the invoices. You need to integrate your forecast plans to optimize your inventory levels and then reduce inventory costs. Or you need to have inventory collaboration, improve your consignment process, SMI process, and so improve your working capital. Or you need to increase your quality of your products and so have a digital integration of the quality process with them. So we've defined again a very methodic way, all of that through Ariba supply chain collaboration, to help our clients to have this one single platform to integrate with all the different external partners, but also internal partners, a planning function, with the finance function, etc.
Okay. So in effect, what you're saying is integration in this context is not only at solution level or a technical level, but a functional level across the business. So whether you're talking about ERP or contract management or the HR function, it's making sure that the technology integrates itself not only into the solution but also into the process.
Absolutely. And the beauty of our approach is that we always put the value in the center of our methodology.
Right.
Every single process that we improve enabled by these technologies has a value behind that.
Yeah.
That's super important.
Okay.
And then I jump to the last one. So the intelligent, and what is intelligent? Also, if we recap a bit, we were helping or defining a process or a methodology to harmonize their standard processes, then to integrate internally and externally through digital platform, and now how we can get the next level of efficiency. And this is basically using the cognitive technologies. So artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, RPA, advanced analytics. So this is about enabling those cognitive technologies on top of the SAP-based products to generate even more value on each company.
Yeah, and actually that's what's made a difference, right? I think if you look at where technology was 20 years ago to today, the world is different, right?
Absolutely, the world is different. When we talked 20 years ago, we've been doing a lot of manual things. We've been spending a lot of paper, a lot of time in manual activities that now in our normal lives, we can do it in our smartphone. So we're trying to bring this concept into each company. So what's our approach there? Well, our approach on the sourcing and procurement space, and in general, Accenture is first, we listen to our clients and we try to understand which are the challenges and how we can further optimize those. And then we try to define a common solution that can be reused on different clients. And we can pattern together with you, actually, with SAP. Also, we know, for instance, that a typical challenge of companies is to optimize the cost. And to optimize the cost, we need to ensure compliance. And to ensure compliance, you need to make the people using the system. And so we define an intelligent chatbot that can increase that. Or we know that for the companies to do a proper spend analysis or to have a proper supplier management, you need to have a proper supplier onboarding. We define another innovation that helps the users to do an efficient supplier onboarding and release, the most important, release the non-added value tasks from the people and push that into the technology and allow the people to work on value-added tasks, such as negotiate suppliers, talk to the product development department, etc. Okay,
cool. And that kind of links us directly onto how innovation has been driven by Accenture, right? If we look at the videos that you and I are going to do over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about Paula, the intelligent chatbot. which is a lot more than just an intelligent chatbot, right? It isn't a chatbot like you would normally describe it. I think it's more than that. And I think I'm going to really look forward to talking to you about that. And then Procurement Live Insights, which is the operational procurement dashboard. So, really diving into helping an organization understand where their weak links are and be able to manage that within the operational procurement process. We're also going to be covering Supply 360 Insights, and you just touched on that, right? Which is it's not only about supplier management, but it's how do you bring those suppliers on board in the most efficient way possible so that you can then manage them more effectively, right? And then Strategic Sourcer, which is my favorite one. And that's really the insights tool to be able to help buyers who today have to look multiple sources of data to try and work out how they're going to run an event or manage a category, and how Accenture has done such a great job of pulling just a little innovation that's just such a massive impact. So this to me is fantastic, and I love the Accenture approach. And I really look forward, Pablo, to now that we understand how Accenture leverages innovation within the process of transformation, because that's really important, right? I mean, there's transformation, then there's innovation, and it's how does it link together? And MyConcerto gives you that platform to do it. But then adding these innovations in to really drive a differentiator. We've got a fantastic end-to-end tool, but these innovations that Accenture pulled together, I think, really make a difference. And it really plays to the best of breed conversation. So listen, thank you very much for giving us this understanding of MyConcerto. I really enjoyed it. And I know that we've got some really, really cool videos coming up. So for the audience, please watch out for them. Pablo and I are going to be back on talking about some of these in a bit more detail. And let's just finish off, if you don't mind, Pablo. Just give me 30 seconds on where you think this is going in the future.
Well, I think this is the key, right? I think a company that is not thinking or leverage the cognitive solutions and technologies into their ERP or into their business model is a company that is already 5 years behind the society, and it's already perhaps 5 years or 2 years behind their competitors. So if companies are not approaching this, then we are, or they are, we better start thinking about that, I believe.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Pablo. Really appreciate your time. And, I look forward to doing the other videos, and please do watch out for them. And you'll hear from both of us soon. Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.